Welcome back to Based MMA. In this video, I'm going to be going over MMA's dumbest tweets. And if you guys don't remember, I want to say that about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, I made a video where I just read MMA's dumbest tweets, and it was actually pretty entertaining. So I have decided to make part 2 of that video. I think for some of you guys, it's going to be like part 1 because I'm pretty sure you haven't watched the first video. But look, I haven't looked at this account in quite a while. So as I'm reading this is fresh to me as well. So let's get started. Let's get started with some MMA dumb tweets. Like, let's read this one. Dumb tweet alert. UFC just dropped an extended cage audio and Khabib truly hated Conor McGregor. Khabib and Conor were never really that good. If we're honest, see level with good hype. That's a shit take. Like, okay. No, you can't even make that argument for Conor McGregor. Like, Khabib Nurmagomedov is a great fighter. I think the only thing that really holds Khabib Nurmagomedov from, I guess, being the GOAT of the sport is just that he didn't stay long enough. And like, if he would have beaten a guy like Charles Oliveira or a Michael Chandler, and I think he would have beaten those guys at the time, then he would be the GOAT of the sport. But even then, even though Khabib Nurmagomedov doesn't have like the most names on his resume, dude, to call him C-level, shit take. And also Conor McGregor, I mean, knocking out Jose Aldo, great win. Chad Mendes is a good win. Eddie Alvarez is a great win, became double champion. So C-level with good hype, crazy take. Let's read this one. I know everybody loves Max with all their heart, but let's remember Max was on his way to being a journeyman before the Gaethje fight revived his career. Ilya wins. This is a very shit take because even though I think a lot of people thought that was going to happen with Max Holloway after he lost the trilogy against Alexander Volkanovski, where he took a shitload of damage, I even thought, you know what, maybe Arnold Allen has a good chance of winning. I did pick Max Holloway to beat Arnold Allen, but Max Holloway, he's not a journeyman. I mean, he beats everybody else, non-name Alexander Volkanovski, so I don't understand how that makes you a journeyman, maybe a gatekeeper in a way, but I mean, Max Holloway is really good. Like, I don't really agree with this take. I know what he's trying to say here. I know he's trying to say, like, he was on his way potentially to be on the decline, but I mean, Arnold Allen is a great win. I know the Korean Zombie win is not all that great just because Korean Zombie didn't really deserve that matchup. I mean, Korean Zombie was on his way out. He hadn't fought in quite a while, was coming off getting destroyed by Alexander Volkanovski. It was a very weird matchup. So I see where the heart is, but I don't agree with it. Let's read the next one. The last good moment we saw of Volk. He was beating the shit out of Yair Rodriguez. He was never that good, LOL. I mean, you see that all the time, though. Like, every time a dominant champion loses and, you know, he gets knocked out or he gets submitted or, you know, he finally gets dominated in some way, people always come out and just say that he was never that good. So, I mean, shit take, but it's not like the most surprising, I guess, take. What more does Islam have to do to become the lightweight GOAT? A lot. He's a fraud, and I can't wait for him to be found out. Guys, Islam Makhachev is not a fraud, man. He's fucking good. He's fucking good. Like, his skills are really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's a lightweight GOAT just yet. He's there. I think he needs to beat Arman Tsarukyan, and then I'll say he's clearly the lightweight GOAT. But I mean, you can make a solid argument that he's already the lightweight GOAT. But I mean, this guy is just an Islam hater, so not the craziest take that I've read. Let's see what else we can find. Motherfucker is gonna hate me for saying this, but prime for prime, Cejudo wins. Ooh, this one's spicy. This is a shit take. I think this is a shit take. I mean, Prime Cejudo was a great fighter. Obviously beat Demetrius Johnson in a very competitive fight that I think could have gone to Demetrius Johnson. I believe it was a split decision. He beat Marlon Moraes, which I think is his best win. He beat a dominant Cruz that hadn't fought in quite a while and was kind of stepping in on a short notice. No, I think Prime Jose Aldo beats Prime Cejudo. I mean, Jose Aldo has excellent takedown defense. He's way better than Henry Cejudo on the feet. He's a bigger guy. And I'm also guessing that this fight would take place in the bantamweight division. No, man, I think Jose Aldo would beat the shit out of a prime Cejudo. I mean, prime Jose Aldo, right? So, yeah, this is a shit take. Let's move on to the next one. 2021. These two are easy fights, brother. In 2 minutes, I kill these guys, and then I'm champion. 2024. Buy my crypto, please. I mean, this is a true take. How is this a dumb take? This is true. I agree with this. Like, Khamzat Chimaev's hype has died down. He only talks on Twitter. I mean, I understand he's been sick and all, but, I mean, he's not active. It's kind of crazy. If you guys really think about it, if Leon Edwards doesn't knock out Kamaru Usman in the rematch, Khamzat Chimaev would have gotten his title shot next. It's kind of crazy to think about, because if Usman would have beat Edwards in the rematch, there would have been nobody else for Kamaru Usman to fight besides a Khamzat Chimaev. And I think they would have fast-tracked Khamzat Chimaev because he was coming off that win over Gilbert Burns. But because Leon knocked out Kamaru Usman and they had to make that trilogy, I felt like that really kind of ruined Khamzat Chimaev's career. And also the fact that the UFC decided to make Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz, which made absolutely no sense. Let's read the next one. Save this tweet. Let's see. Oh, Blonded MMA. That's how you know it's going to be a shit take. I love Alex, but let's be honest. He's going to be the next Dominic Reyes. Blood going to move up to the light heavyweight division, get cleared by Jan/Ankalaev, then Walker, then someone towards the bottom of the top 15, and then retire. Save this tweet. Damn, bro. That aged like shit because Alex Pereira is dominating the light heavyweight division. Let's read the next one. Whose left hand hits harder? Man, is that even a question, bro? Like, I get it. You know, Conor has a great left hand from southpaw. Amazing left hand. But Alex Pereira's left hook is just different. Let's read. I mean, I feel like these tweets aren't like the craziest tweets. I felt like last time I did this video, the tweets were a little crazier. Let's see if I could find something a little more extreme. Okay, that one's stupid. Let's see. Peyton Talbot. Talbot is a future champion. Disney owns UFC. It's scripted like WWE, and we know they are pushing an LGBTQ agenda. So no shit, Jews are so predictable now. Oh, this is a shit take, bro. That's crazy. Yikes. I mean, I can't really say what I feel about that tweet, but let's see. I'm speaking for everyone when I say Movsar Evloev deserves a title shot more than Max Holloway. No, I don't think so. I mean, Movsar Evloev is on a good win streak, but he needs like that one win that will really like push him to get that title shot. Plus, Max Holloway, he beat Arnold Allen, which is a great win. I think that if Volkanovski would have beat Topuria, then you can make a good case that Movsar probably deserves the title shot. But because we have a new champion in Ilia Topuria, plus Max Holloway just beat Justin Gaethje, Arnold Allen, and the Korean Zombie after losing to Volkanovski. I mean, Movsar Evloev, who has he beaten? I mean, Diego Lopez, great win, but I mean, that was on short notice. I think Arnold Allen is probably his best win. So, I mean, this is a shit take, but it's not like the worst take in the world. Let's see if we could find something else. Get rid of Anik. I beg you, UFC. Damn, that is a shit take, man. Because out of all three of these guys, out of all three commentators, John Anik is the best. Like, come on, man. Shit take. Shit take. I think Joe Rogan maybe needs to be out of there, to be honest. Let's see this one. I'm ready for the haters, but we know it's an early stoppage. Dude was still on his knees. He wasn't out. Huge mistake since Aliskerov is better than Whitaker on the ground. And in that position, the fight was about to go to the ground. SMH, I'm starting to think the UFC hate Dagestani fighters. I'm pretty sure this is bait. Like, there's no way this guy actually thinks this. Like, no way. People are not this dumb, man. Dude, Aliskerov was fucking done. And UFC hate Dagestani fighters? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Shit take for sure. Delete one thing from UFC commentary. That is a base take. How is that a shit take? The commentary is ass, man. It's fucking biased most of the time. So this is not a shit take, in my opinion. Let's see what else we can find. Let's see. Pereira is a effective striker, not a good one like Ngannou. He has zero real boxing. He's used to be able to length bully. Yuri was even piecing him up against the fence, and Bruno could have KO'd him if he threw combinations. Oh, this is such a shit take. Length bully. That's the first time I hear somebody say length bully. And it's kind of ironic because Ngannou got knocked out in boxing horrible by Anthony Joshua. You know what it is? There's people, and you know what? I kind of had that mindset back then. It's like, just because you don't have, conventional boxing skills doesn't mean you're not a good striker. And it doesn't mean that you're bad all of a sudden. Like, there's more to MMA striking than just boxing. And Pereira is a very effective striker, and he does have good boxing, but he's mainly a kickboxer. So he uses his legs, his leg kicks to open up, his hands and all of that. But to say that he's a length bully, that's the biggest cope in the fucking world. Like, if anything, Ngannou is like a... So is Ngannou a fucking power bully? Like, what a fucking shit take. Yuri was piecing him up against a fence. No, Yuri landed a combination in that first round of the first fight up against the fence, but he was not piecing him up. That's fucking shit take. Bruno could have KO'd him if he threw combinations. Yeah. And you know what? I feel like this tweet is actually legit. Like, this person probably does think this. Fucking stupid. Let's see. Don't mind that Ariel Helwani doesn't have a clue what he's on about. Scaremongering for a few clicks. The Mac is back, baby. Yikes. That aged like shit. Let's see if I could find a good one, man. I mean, that ain't nothing new. Everyone knows Conor's a draw. Comparing anyone in the company to Conor is dumb. He outsells everyone in the history of the company, so that's not a good point at all. True, that's based. He doesn't outsell Brock, Ronda, GSP, Postney, Masvidal. He'd be lucky to make top 3 draws if we're talking all-time UFC. Oh, this is just a shit take, man. You're a new fan, probably. That's such a shit take, man. You could have been, saved with a Google search. Yikes. But MMA Twitter convinced me he's a boring crotch sniffer. I agree. I think Islam Makhachev is a very entertaining fighter. He's very skilled, and I think that's entertaining in its own right. Such a boring fighter. Literally attempted like 1,000 takedowns. It's fucking MMA, dude. And Islam has good submission skills. I mean, he's very technical on the ground. He's not like he doesn't drown guys like Khabib Nurmagomedov, but super technical on the ground. I think it's entertaining, but I mean, that's just a casual take more than just like... I mean, it's a shit take, but it's just a casual take more than anything. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good one, like... Let's see this one. Why are people starting to act like this was a good fight? Boring as fuck. Couldn't do shit to Islam. Just fucked him the entire time. I mean, I kind of agree. Like, it was a good fight, so I disagree with that point. But I agree in the sense that when we were watching it live, I think a lot of people felt like Dustin Poirier was actually doing better than he actually was, just because, he was surviving the takedowns. He was getting back up to his feet. He had a couple moments on the feet where I think he landed like an elbow in that 4th round that kind of cut Islam Makhachev's face. So it kind of gave that perception that Dustin was doing a lot better, but he was getting dominated. But I mean, it's still a shit take because I thought it was a good fight. Let's read the next one. Who is he? Talent. Popularity. Sean O'Malley. Oh, who could I put on this one? This is actually a good question. Who's a fighter that is very popular but their talent is shit? I mean, Ian Gary comes to mind, but I don't think Ian Gary is that popular. Um, Maybe Colby Covington. I mean, I feel like Colby's not that talented. He's just a very hard worker, has great cardio. I mean, but even that, like Colby's pretty talented, I guess. Even for like, I don't know. I do feel like there's probably a fighter who's very popular and is probably not that talented. Let's see the comments. Maybe they have someone. Oh crap. Let's see. Okay, let's read the next one. Sad that he probably beats 5 ranked light heavyweights. Andrew Tate. Oh man, that's a shit take. I don't agree with that. I mean, I've seen Andrew Tate's fights and he is pretty shit. Like he was beating up fucking cans that have never fought in their life. And I get it. No, I think right now it's popular to say that the heavier weight classes are not as skilled as the lighter weight classes, which is absolutely true. But Andrew Tate is pretty shit. Like go back and rewatch some of his fights in kickboxing. I think he has like 2 MMA fights. I mean, he's pretty shit. Like he was fighting terrible competition. So I do think this is a shit take. Let's see. Let me see. It's wild because when he hit Gaethje, the time ran out, so it was illegal and should have been turned into at most a draw. But that commission was busy with Diego Lopez and Armin. Oh, that's such a shit take, bro. I mean, he's probably coping. Like he probably put a big bet on Justin Gaethje, but no, man, shit take. Just don't even go there. Let's see. This was a rigged fight, and I'm tired of pretending it wasn't. You know what? That's kind of base, man. I do think that fight was very strange. Like it seemed like Cyril Gane didn't want to be there. It felt like he didn't really put up a fight. Like even when he got taken down, I felt like he wasn't really trying to get back up to his feet. And as far as crazy takes go, this is not the craziest take. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of agree with this take. I mean, obviously, I don't think it was rigged, but if there's ever a fight that I believe could have been rigged, it's definitely this one. And it's crazy because at the time, I picked Cyril Gane to beat him, but it's not that crazy if you think about it. I mean, John Jones hadn't fought in 4 or 5 years. I want to say 4 years, actually. His last fight, he arguably lost to Dominic Cruz. He had like a split decision to Thiago Santos. Like he hadn't looked all that impressive. And to come out and beat somebody like Cyril Gane, who arguably hadn't lost in the heavyweight division, I mean, it's a little suspicious to me at least. So, I mean, I don't think this is like a dumb take, to be honest. Let's see. Let's see. I think this will be the last one. 2 legends. Who invited Charles? Aldo is the only legend in the picture. 11 title wins for Aldo compared to 2 title wins for Charles. Aw, man, you're just being a fucking hater. Like, bro, Charles Oliveira he's a great fighter, and he is a legend in his own way. I get it. He doesn't have the resume of Jose Aldo. Charles Oliveira has lost a lot of times in his fights. I get it, but he's still a legend in his own right. I mean, to knock out Michael Chandler, submit Dustin Poirier, knock down, have a knockdown against Justin Gaethje and submit him in the first round. I mean, dude, that's pretty impressive. Like, he went on a pretty good run. So, I get it. He's just probably a Charles Oliveira hater. Let's read one more. Let's see if I could find one that's like really crazy. Let's read this one. Last one. I never turned down the rematch with Alex, as the UFC has never offered me this fight. As I've said many times before, I will be the first to knock out Holloway. Let's keep this simple. Do you want to fight? If the answer is yes, there's nothing more to discuss. Bring my belt. MMA boxing casual. Holloway's afraid of losing his BMF belt. Oh, that's such a shit take, man. Max Holloway isn't afraid of anybody, and he's not afraid to lose the title. So I'm tired of people blaming Topuria, and I'm tired of people blaming Max Holloway for this fight. I think the reason why this fight hasn't happened is because of the UFC. Like, I don't think Topuria is to blame. I don't think Max Holloway is to blame. I just think based on the current UFC schedule, they don't know where to put this fight. I think it should headline the Sphere, but it seems more likely that they're going to make O'Malley versus Merab as the main event of the Sphere. And then that October card in October 5th, I believe, in Utah, will probably be Topuria and Holloway, which, to be honest, like, I don't really hate that idea, just because if they really stack the UFC Sphere, the card in October, because there's going to be 2 cards in October, they're going to suffer because of it. So I don't mind having like O'Malley and Merab get that shine and be the main event of that card, and then still have Topuria and Holloway in like 3 weeks time. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody's to blame for this. I really just believe it's like a UFC schedule kind of thing, more than like Topuria necessarily ducking Max Holloway. And like, why would Topuria duck Max Holloway? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. You just beat Alexander Volkanovski, and if you're Topuria, you know that a win over Max Holloway at this point would do more for your legacy, especially Holloway coming off, you know, beating Justin Gaethje in that fashion, more than beating Volkanovski again. So I just don't understand this idea that, you know, Topuria is afraid of Max Holloway. And I don't think Max Holloway is afraid of Topuria either. So I just feel like both fan bases are very toxic, like the Topuria fans and the Holloway fans. Like, I think it's going to be a very competitive fight, and people just like to say that Topuria is scared of Holloway and Holloway's going to get knocked out by Topuria. And I mean, it's possible. You never know. It's MMA, and he has to cut down in weight to 145. But still, I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. I think that's the fight we want to see. And I think this is a very shit take. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.